Now to market close, 0.5% off for the benchmark indices, the Nifty Bank over 0.5% down as well. And I doubt that the mid caps and the small caps have fared better. So those two would be down. In fact, 1.5% down for the small cap index. So the market breadth has turned worse. We were talking about this in the morning, that this will get sold into. There were clear signs of that visible, and it has happened as well. The index movers, same for upstream. I don't think there are too many gainers. So ONGC about a couple of percentage points. Reliance out there 1% higher, and the Tata Motor Twins. The Tata Motor Twins are doing okay, but aside of that, no. Sun Pharma 2 has given up almost all of its gains. On the flip side, the ones losing out, Wipro has had a sharp fall, 2.5 down, and then banks have looked weak. SBI, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Yes Bank are amongst others which are not looking that great. HDFC down about 0.5% as well. So banking space by and large looks very, very wobbly today. Adani Ports and M&M amongst other stocks which have looked weak. Actually, autos too haven't looked all that great. Maruti and M&M right here at the top of the pile in the losing list. But if large caps have looked wobbly, small caps have been flattened out today. 1.5% is not an average cut. Sharp cracks into certain names.
That's right, Neeraj. There was deeper cuts seen in terms of broader market stocks. So let me start off with the losers first. La Opala, actually, that counter was weak since the word go in the morning. The intraday chart is going to give you the exact trend. So it opened gap down and it's closing also around the day's low mark. The other one we've been talking about is HCC. It's also in the futures and options market. There was a DNA report suggesting that its subsidiary Lavasa is headed for bankruptcy, because of which those cuts were seen. That too is also closing the day at days low. Let me tell you, HCC has been down for the last 5th straight day. Yesterday also it saw cuts of almost 5 to 6%. Stock which bounced back yesterday for the likes of Balrampur Chini came under pressure. So yesterday was a bout of short covering that you saw, but today there was once again fresh short position seen for this one. High beta stocks, JP Associates, your Adani Group companies like Reliance Naval as well as Reliance Communication came under pressure in the last hour of trade. So all three of them saw very, very deep cuts. And Jet Airways, which we highlighted, could enter into the FNO band for tomorrow's session. That also saw cuts of 4%, indicating fresh shots there. On the gaining side, TPL Plastic, it's a very small cap company. Just towards the end, there was some buying seen in this counter. So that is closing with almost gains of 20% locked in upper circuit. Jindal Drilling was in focus since morning after the news came in that they've settled their arbitration case. TRF up for the second straight day, upper circuit of 5%. Nalco is the other one, which was your top FNO gainer also for the day. So some good long position seen for this one. And from the oil and gas space, which we've been discussing, HOEC, that also did pretty well. That stock saw gains of almost 4 to 5%, Neeraj.
So all in all, just an okay kind of day of trade, actually fairly poor. There are some flashes on your screen. Kim Dam is the back of Himan, the chief economic advisor, talking about his thoughts on the economy and the slowdown and the decoupling, etc. All of those will be taken up a bit later on. But we are ending, or going to be ending, at the lowest point of the day for the Nifty and for the small cap index as well. The fall fairly strong. We started off about 1/3% or thereabouts higher. The Nifty small cap index 1.5% lower, and we started off about 1/3% higher. So we lost almost 1/4 to 2% during the course of the day. The market breadth, the advanced decline ratio will also come up on your screen, not looking good. And then we'll end with the heat map and just show you what the Nifty 50 is doing. This is, well, terrible performance on the heat map front, on the advanced decline or the market breadth fund. And now the heat map on the Nifty, and it just shows you the red just enveloped the screen towards the close of trade. All marketing companies and banks, the principal culprits. Though I must say, autos didn't have a great day either. Maruti, M&M, a lot of these names came off quite a bit.
Yeah, Neeraj, actually we're holding on to the gains. I think the European markets, they opened down, and post which there was some selling pressure seen in our markets as well. I think we'll once again be taking cues from how US does after the rate hike that has been announced yesterday.
So % down for CAC and DAX.
The cuts are deeper. When we started the show, they were all down 0.5%.
Yeah, that's true. And maybe the Dow futures too should come up on your screen. And then we'll just quickly analyze the volumes today. The FNO volumes would be higher, yes. Dow futures a lot off than what they were at the start of the show. 152 points down now. And then the volumes, I'm sure Navneet will have a comment on the FNO volumes. Wow. That's quite a bit. The FNO volumes much higher. I mean, you would expect 10 lakh, 11 lakh odd crores.
So the maximum higher. On a monthly expiry, we see 15.5. So considering this is a weekly Bank Nifty weekly options expiry, so it is on the higher side of 13.6.
Yeah, just the thought, the cash participation remains very, very modest. I don't think we've crossed 28,000 for the last, I mean, maybe once in the last 6 days.
Just when the TCS deal happened. And I think that's also been one of the concerns. You know, a lot of reports that I read that the participation is reducing. Maybe it comes back in the month of April because a lot of these market participants expect markets to bounce back in the new financial year.
Let's wait and watch if that happens or no. Earnings could probably have to play a part there. One last bit, the contributors list will come up on your screen and you will see that upstream probably saved the day. Reliance out there, maybe not ONGC and HDFC Bank, but look at this side, peppered with losses to banks and auto. M&M doesn't feature here, but it's also one of the top losers. Maruti Suzuki and State Bank of India down, contributing a little bit to this fall as well.